cookbooks, of course, in a bookshop in Dubai a couple of years ago. And I'll never forget the words of the sales assistant. She had a big smile, a really happy smile. And she said, which I later wrote into the book, if you cook for your kids, they never leave you. And now, since becoming a mother, I understand how deeply important that is to me. On the other hand, myself and my family, my brothers, were clearing out my home, my family home. My brother, who's the most sensitive about the passing of my parents, walked into the house and did a double take and said, Fiona, how have you managed to make the house smell like home with Mummy's food? And I think that says it all. We have the recipes, we learn the recipes, we keep the recipes, but most of all, we share. I measure it as I do 1, 2, 3, like 3 tablespoons of oil. Okay. Have a spoon handy. And I will add in my vegetables now. So first of all, I'm adding in the onions, which I've sliced into half moons, nice and quickly. And what I'm making here now is called a sofrito in Italian. Sofrito is a soup base and is the base that's used for all risottos. Typically, a sofrito is a mixture of onions, carrots, leek, and maybe celery. Whatever you have to hand. Equal quantities, sprinkle on quite a generous amount of salt, mix them nicely. Now what I'm going to do is take a piece of wax paper, great trick to get the circles, so this in quarters, then into eighths, measure it against the pan, carrot, open it up, put it on top of your veggies. So what I've done is put a piece of parchment paper on top of my vegetables. This allows the veggies to sweat. Sweat means to steam in their own juices. They're not boiling, they're not frying, they're doing a mixture of the two. This is what brings out the natural sugars of the vegetables. Doesn't stick to the base, absolutely delicious. This actually is how you put the magic and depth of flavour into a good soup. You must never boil veggies directly with that. Don't miss out this step. This is what makes all the difference. I'll leave it now for 15 minutes to sweat. We don't touch it, leave it on a low heat, snuggled up with its paper. Meanwhile, we can roll out our meatballs, chop up our tomatoes, use the time in between. You'll have the soup ready in 20 minutes. We're going to cook the meatballs now. This is a fantastic meatball recipe. In fact, it can in turn be meatballs, burgers, mini burgers. It's so flexible and so incredibly delicious. You can add spinach like I've done here. You could add cheese. In fact, you can add anything you like. Some chili is fantastic. Obviously, if you're cooking for adults. They're bite-sized. Because they're in the soup, it will be easier just to take a meatball in the spoon that's bite-sized, rather than having to try and bite it and falling back into the soup and splattering. It's not what you want. So what I'm going to do is cook my meatballs in 2 batches, and we'll place them into the pan. I'll actually use my hands. This is how you put the love into the food. So make sure you don't cook them all together in one batch. We do them separately because that way they stay nice and crispy. Back to our sofrito. It should be reduced, soft, and sweet now at this stage. Be really careful, it gets very, very hot. Use the tongs to very carefully, because you will burn yourself, to pick up the paper. Put it to one side, with the lid. Now, you can see the veggies have become translucent and gorgeous. So now that we've got our delicious, tasteful soup base, we're going to add in some remaining elements, okay? So what I have here is cabbage, so a couple of handfuls, nice and finely shredded. Now we're going to add in some grains, some healthy grains. Here I've got barley. You can use a grain of your choice, paprika, would be a perfect grain to use during Ramadan. I pre-cook this according to the packet instructions, about 10-15 minutes. Right, so for some colour and have an extra vegetable, I've simply got some frozen peas here. They're not pre-cooked, I've just put them into a bowl, they've defrosted. Delicious. Okay. Give them a little stir, gently combine them. Gorgeous, look at these absolutely wonderful springy colours. I've made some alphabet spaghetti. You can, if you wish, add in raw spaghetti because it just takes about 5 minutes to cook. This was some I had left over, pre-cooked. Now it's time to add in the stock to our minestrone soup. I didn't have time today, so I've used good quality organic vegetable stock, which I'm pouring in now. Look at these colours. Now you can see the magic of our soup, these beautiful colours. Now what we'll do, just to make sure that the peas are cooked, we'll bring it to a simmer, because everything else in there is cooked, remember. So with the increasing food trends and food phobias, sometimes it's easier just to deconstruct your food very simply. So we're serving this, it's communal, everybody will serve themselves, but for somebody who's vegetarian, you don't have to worry, we've got our meatballs on the side. Somebody who's not eating carbs at the moment, we'll use croutons on the side, and basically it's a build your own soup. We have the course soup,